We have certainly encountered people who passionately follow a particular ideology, blindly trust a leader, or reject any criticism and dissenting opinions. This phenomenon is omnipresent today. To better understand it, let's take a look at Dietrich Bonhoeffer's theory of stupidity. In a world where evil often takes center stage, there is an even more dangerous enemy of the good: stupidity. According to Bonhoeffer, stupidity poses a greater threat than wickedness. Dietrich Bonhoeffer, a German theologian, was imprisoned by the Nazis in 1943 on suspicion of being involved in a conspiracy against Hitler. During this dark time, Bonhoeffer deeply reflected on the state of his country and the roots of its moral decline. As he observed the injustices committed by the Nazis, he sought to understand the deeper forces that enabled such wrongdoing. Through these reflections, he realized that it was not just malice that led to these actions, but rather a dangerous form of ignorance, which he defined as stupidity. Bonhoeffer's theory of stupidity explores the distinction between stupidity and malice, as well as their societal and moral consequences. He did not see stupidity as a lack of intelligence, but rather as a sociological and moral problem. For him, stupidity was a deliberate refusal to engage in critical thinking and reflection. He observed that stupidity spreads like an epidemic under certain circumstances, infecting large parts of society. It manifests particularly in groups and masses, while individuals who act independently tend to think more clearly and autonomously. However, when in a group, many people abandon their ability for critical thought and blindly follow the majority. This phenomenon is particularly reinforced by authoritarian regimes, where independent thinking is suppressed and conformity is rewarded. Bonhoeffer recognized that power, whether political or religious, has the potential to embed stupidity into people's minds. The consequences of collective stupidity are devastating. People affected by it become stubborn, reject differing opinions, and cling to slogans and propaganda. Bonhoeffer's analysis of stupidity is inseparable from the issue of power. According to him, power not only corrupts but also clouds people's judgment. When individuals act under the influence of power or become part of a mass movement, their sense of personal responsibility disappears. Those in positions of power exploit and encourage stupidity among the population to maintain control. By suppressing critical thinking and spreading propaganda, they can manipulate the masses more effectively. Bonhoeffer emphasized that critical thinking is a moral duty for every individual. This means we must be aware of our own biases, recognize manipulation, reject the blind acceptance of popular ideas. Ultimately, Bonhoeffer's vision of freedom highlights the necessity of building a society that values critical thinking, moral integrity, and intellectual independence. Such a society would not only be free from external oppression, but would also enable each individual to develop inner strength and authenticity, the key to true human emancipation.